Hey guys, my name is Drew Garacki, and I'm going to be doing a standard operation procedure for how to cast a fly rod. Now for our equipment section for this SOP, I will be showing you what you need to use to be able to properly cast a fly rod and go fly fishing. You will need your rod. The best all-around weight and length for the specific type of fishing in the Black Hills is trout, which is a 9-foot 5 weight. Right here you can see the 9-foot 5 weight. The 5 weight is in regards to what type of line you will use. Next up is your reel. You do not need to spend a lot of money, but sometimes it is nicer to put in just a little extra money into it. This is a 5 or 6 weight reel. That means it can be used for either a 5 weight rod or a 6 weight rod. On the reel, the colored portion of the line is your fly line, and the clear section, as shown connected to the flies, is your leader or tippet. And then in the middle here is your backing, but that is not very important. It is almost always free when you get your line done at a fly shop. Next up will be your flies that will be being used to catch your fish. There are many different varieties of flies. There are, to begin, nymphs, which are weighted and go below the water. The dry flies, which sit on top of the water and look like bugs that have fallen out of the sky. And streamers. The streamers look like small bait fish that are swimming through, and those can be found in many different shapes, colors, and sizes. And then we'll be using the net, which is a silicone base, which helps to protect the fish's outer layer of slime that can keep it from getting sick or having damages to its skin. And then our last piece is the pack. A simple small pack to hold your flies, your net on the back, or your tweezers to get your flies out of the fish is very helpful and will always be beneficial. Right, now we will be moving on to the setup portion of the casting, where you need to make sure that each dot on your rod is aligned to make sure that all of the eyelets are set up in a uniform fashion. A good way to test this is to look down the end of your fly rod to see that all the eyelets are actually in line. Now from here, we will attach the fly reel. The fly reel sets up to the butt of the rod in 2 slots. The reel with the handle should go on the left side if you are right-handed and the right side if you are left-handed. From there, you tighten the bottom up and make sure that the reel cannot move. Now, strip your fly line and leader out of your reel and pass it through all of the eyelets. Now that you have your rod completely filled with line, make sure that each eyelet has line through it. Ensuring this will make sure you will have better casts and more accuracy. Taking about 5 to 10 feet of fly line out is how you will begin your casting procedure. Alright, now we will move into our casting stance. You want to have your right foot just a little bit forward so you can move your shoulder back and forth with the cast. Now, you will make sure that there's about 5 to 10 feet of fly line out at the end of your fly rod. From here, we will begin 2 o'clock to 10 o'clock motions, whipping the fly line back and forth, building up momentum. I'm not going to show the roll cast today because I'm not in water, but I will show you how to do the overhead cast. You will start at the 2 o'clock position and whip your rod forward to the 10 o'clock position. Coming back again and forward. Repeating this motion is called false casting. False casting allows you to build up momentum and let more line out as you're casting. You want to make sure that this line is staying in tight loops back and forth, making sure that it does not touch the water or the ground while you are practicing. From here, you'll start getting more line and more line out until you let it go on your very last and let the line unfurl out in front of you. So you can do this in less than what I've been doing, less false casts that is. It usually only needs about 1 to 2 false casts per 10 to 15 feet of fly line out. So I have about, I would say 10 feet out right now. So I should only need 1 to 2 to get all of this through, which it does. even though I'm casting into the wind, which makes it a little more difficult. But now, showing you how to false cast or line out to get all the way down to that trash can down there. You can keep whipping the line back and forth, keeping it high above your head, and moving it in swift motions back and forth, the 10 o'clock to the 2 o'clock position. So now that you have made your fly cast, you need to learn about how to manage your line and retrieve your flies. So with streamers, you will be stripping in your line about a foot at a time. That means holding your line up on the cork with one finger and pulling down with your off finger. By stripping in the line, you'll put your flies in an action that the fish should bite on. When you're doing this, you need to make sure that your line is off one hip, preferably the hip with your offhand, in a clean pile. You want to make sure it's not getting caught on branches or rocks or twigs or anything like that that could cause your line to knot up and reduce your chances of catching fish. So by doing this, it keeps a clean pile and allows you to begin your fly cast after you've retrieved your flies. And again, we are doing a 10 to 2 action on the false cast and then letting the line unfurl itself all the way out.
When testing my SOP, both Andrew and Dakota anglers helped me to make confusing sections much more clear. Andrew gave me real-time examples, and the employees of Dakota Angler gave me tips they used when guiding novice clients.
So fly casting is a very difficult task to master, but getting the basics down first will help you to grow throughout your time fly fishing. You will learn about different ways to fish different flies, different methods, and different casting techniques. What I've shown you today are the basic techniques to be able to go out by yourself and actually fly fish for the first time.